Hello again, friends of the Latin language. Welcome to Latin Everywhere. My name is Pieter Vynckier, and today we'll be reading some Latin together. First, I'd like to thank my supporters on Patreon for making these videos possible and for providing extra motivation. Today's Latin text fragment is from the Middle Ages, and it's about Alexander the Great. During his lifetime already, different stories were told about Alexander the Great. And even then, they often looked more like legends or even fairy tales. Some of those stories later found their way into more seriously meant biographies. And they formed the basis of the so-called Alexander Romans, a Greek ancient novel, or a whole genre of novels. There is some discussion about that, in which scarce historical facts are mixed with fanciful imagination. Throughout antiquity and the Middle Ages, this basic story, the Alexander Romans, was rewritten multiple times, expanded upon, adorned and embellished, often adapted to local and contemporary custom. Sometimes Alexander is even transformed into a Christian knight. The text of today is a little fragment of the work called the Nativitas et Victoria Alexandrī Magnī Regis, which is also known as the Historia de prēliīs Alexandrī Magnī. It was written by Leo, Bishop of Naples, during the 10th century, and he basically translated a Greek manuscript he had found into Latin. In the later part of the text, when Alexander and his men have already conquered Persia and are moving into India, they encounter all kinds of weird adventures. In this extract, which we are going to read, Alexander himself tells about what happened after he conquered the Persian Empire. Girantes autem fluvium ex alia parte pereximus superius, et invenimus stagnum mellifluum ac dulcem. But while we were going around the river on the other side, we came higher, and we stumbled upon a sweet pond, flowing with honey. Applicavimus ibi et fecimus succendi focum. We set up camp and made a fire to light. Hora vero tertia noctis exeunte subito fere silvestres venerunt ad ipsum stagnum biberaquam. During the 3rd hour of the night, though, wild forest animals appeared and came to the pond to drink water. Erant ibi scorpiones longitudine cubiti unius mixti inter se albi et rubei. There were scorpions, a cubit long, white and red together. Videntes autem eos venit super nos maxima angustia, quietiam quidam ex nostris mortui sunt. Seeing them, a great fear came over us that killed even some of us. Venerunt ibi et leones mire magnitudinis et rhinocerotes. Lions of astonishing size came, and rhinoceroses too. Omnes iste bestiae exiebant ex arundineto ipsius stagni. All those animals moved out of the reed bed of that pond. Et erant inter eos porci silvatici magni, valde fortiores leonibus abentes dentes per longum cubitum unum. Among them were large forest pigs, much stronger than lions, having teeth with the length of 1 cubit. Erant ibi pardali et tigrides et scorpiones et coelefanti et homines silvatici abentes sex manus, similiter et feminae eorum. There were panthers and tigers and scorpions and elephants and forest people with 6 hands, and their women looked the same. Interrec habebamus maximas angustias, quia occurrerunt super nos. Cum lanceis et sagittis eiecimus eas a nobis. In the middle of these we had great fears, because they came towards us. We drove them away with lances and arrows. Posuimus focum in ipsis silvis ut fugirent ipse fere. We put fire to those forests, so the wild animals would flee. Venit super nos bestia mire magnitudinis, fortior elephanto, odonto tyrannos, et fecit impetum veniendiat nos. A beast of astonishing size, stronger than an elephant, a toothed tyrant, came upon us and attacked to reach us. Nos autem discurrentes huc adquilluc confortando milites ut adjuvarent se ex alia parte irruens bestia occidit ex nostris viginti sex. Quidam autem milites armati occiderent eam. While I, Alexander the Great speaking himself, while I ran hither and thither reinforcing the soldiers so they would help each other, the beast, attacking on the other side, killed 26 of us. But some armed soldiers killed it. Sequentii vero nocte exeuntes vulpes ex arena et crocodilli ex arundineto et comedebant corpora mortuorum. The next night, foxes came out of the desert and crocodiles came out of the pond, and they ate the bodies of the dead. Volabant ibi et vespertiliones tam magni ut columbae, dentes eorum ut dentes homines. Bats flew there as big as pigeons. Their teeth were like the teeth of man. Mordentes homines, tolentes illis nares et aures atque digitos manum. And when they bit people, they took away their noses and ears and fingers off their hands. That's the end of today's fragment. I hope you liked the text and this video. If you want to support my channel and if you would like materials with the texts I read for your own study or to use in your classroom, please check out my Patreon page. for now, I'm just going to wish you a nice day. So, bye.